So till now, what we have learned is we have learned about basic data types and also something like we have learned about lists. We have learned about strings, numbers, and we know how to use indexing in these what it is called strings and lists. So these are all list, string. These are all of type sequence data type. Okay, that's why we are able to uh, index them, and also we are able to loop through them, isn't it? So what we'll be doing today is let's see anything was left. So in array lists we have seen some methods like list.append, list.insert. So we have even seen list.sort and all, right? So let me take this simple list. In this list, what we were doing, this is a list of numbers and they are not sorted in order, right? So that day what we used a method called list.sort and a list.reverse. Let us see them once again. What was happening when I do list.sort, not list.sort, all nums dot sort. Does it change the original array? Let us see. Original list print of all nums. So this is what I want to print. I want to print the list. I want to see after I call this method, after I call this sort function, is it sorting the original list or not? Okay. So let me run this py lists.py. So what was happening here? It was able to sort the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, isn't it? Then we also saw something like after sorting, I can do all nums dot reverse. In this, what was happening? If I print the list now, I get it in reverse order. If I don't sort it, I get the original list in reverse order 9531864 2. Okay, fine. But let's say I have a situation in my or in my project where I don't want to change the original list. Okay, here when I'm using all nums dot sort or all nums dot reverse, what these two functions are doing, two methods are doing, they are changing the original list. That means they are modifying, they are sorting the original list. But in real time, I may not want to do that. Okay, so for that, what do I have is there are two more methods. They are known as sorted and reversed. Let us see. So for that, what we do is we don't modify the original list. We take another variable. Let's say I want to sort it in ascending. So ascending nums. I'm creating one variable. Okay, ascending nums is equal to sorted of all nums. Okay, and I'll print the ASC nums, ascending nums. I will print both of them. Print all nums and print ascending nums. Let us see now what will happen. So what will happen here is it should not change or modify the original list. Okay, ASC nums is changed, but all nums is not changed. So this will be more used in daily life. I'm sure you will use both of them, but I'm just saying if you have different situations, when you want to change the original list, you will go with list.sort. If you don't want to change the original list, you will go with sorted of list name. Okay. In the same way, we have something called reversed. Okay. Let me write here rev nums is equal to reversed of num. So rev nums, put it here. Now you can see if I use a reversed, what will happen? It will not change the original list. Let us see again. See, oh, what happened? Sorry, this is not correct. Okay, so this reversed is used. I cannot use it here. So if I want to do that, if I want to get a reversed array, list, I just use it like this: sorted of all nums, and then after that, what do? I just use the previous reverse method. I can use the reverse method. There is no problem on this array of nums, isn't it? So print, or else I will do something like array of nums. I'll show you that reversed method tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'll be showing some advanced data structure methods or techniques, not methods actually, techniques. So there I'll show you that reverse will be used in looping, not here directly. So revnums dot reverse. And so now what is happening? We are applying reverse on this revnum, the new list, not on the original list. That's why the original list will stay the same. So print, what do I need to print? I'll print both of them and have all nums and revnums. Okay. Now what will happen? Let us see. So I got 24681 here, the original list, and this is the after sorting I reverse this, right? Okay. Those were the two things that were left from the list topic. Although we have some more things like list comprehension and all those things. We will see those things tomorrow. But now today I want to complete the data structures, and tomorrow, so because we have some more uh, data structures like tuples, sets, dictionaries that I'm going to discuss now. And tomorrow, today itself, we'll try to practice some examples. And then tomorrow, we'll be going with the advanced real-time techniques, what we need in real-time projects, what kind of approaches or techniques we use with lists, tuples, dictionaries, strings. There is another topic called list of dictionaries. So all these things, advanced things, we'll see tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow those will be all real-time examples and best practices. Like it is not like we should always use for loop. For loop is okay. For loop is for some basic operations. I'm applying for loop on list as well. But in real time, I won't be using for loop on lists because that is not a best practice. Okay, we'll go with real time industry level practices tomorrow. Okay, now this was all about lists. Okay, where list is also a sequence data type. We have seen lists, we have seen string, which are sequence data types. Now I will move on to another sequence data type that is known as tuples. Okay, so let me create a file first, tuples.py. So what will happen here? These tuples are nothing but they are not lists, but they behave little bit like lists. Okay, so let me show you what happens here. I'll take a variable. Now, first thing is, how do we create tuples? Tuples look like this. It will be enclosed in parentheses and it will have some value like this. Okay, this is known as a tuple. We have seen till now that is a number, this is a string, and this is a list, right? And this fourth type is known as a tuple. Tuples are always enclosed in parentheses, not in square brackets. If it is square brackets, it will become a list. Okay. Now let us see what is the difference between these tuples and lists. First, let us see something like how do we create a tuple. So if this is a list and I create this list using a variable like v equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, that means in the same way I can create a tuple, isn't it? So let's say t1 is equal to, in parentheses I write 12 56 41. So now if I put my mouse on this T1, this saying T1 is of type tuple. Can you see? It is a tuple. Now, what is the meaning of this tuple? Tuple is something, it is not a list, but it is also a collection of more than one data. And what we do is we fix the data. We cannot change this data. I'll come to that point after some time, but this is how the tuple works. Okay, this data is fixed. I can access them, but I cannot modify them. Okay, fine. Now let us see what similarities we have with lists. Lists also we create like this, except instead of parentheses we put square brackets. Then can I access these values just like lists? Let me do something like a print t1 of 0. If I do list, will it work or not? So py, what's it? Tuples dot py. Yes, I got the answer, isn't it? The tuples can be accessed using the same kind of indexes, the index that we use in lists, isn't it? Even if this tuple is not enclosed in a square bracket, we are using this square bracket for indexing. Okay, so this way you can get all the values 0, 1 and 2. So I'll get 12, 56, 41 in the output. Fine. And in the list, we have also seen that if I put an index which is not there, we get one index out of range error. Are we getting it here? Yes, tuple index out of range. Here also we are getting the similar kind of error that we got in lists. Okay, so these are the similarities between lists and tuples. Now let us see the differences. Okay, now let us see. This way I am able to create a tuple. That is fine. Now let me show you how in different other ways I can create a tuple. Let's say T2 is equal to 34, 67. When I write like this, Python automatically will take this thing and put it in parentheses and store it in T2 as a tuple. If I put my mouse over T2 now, what I can see, it is saying T2 is a tuple. Whereas when I write only one value, it is not saying that T2 is a tuple. T2 is a literal, that is a number literal, it is saying. Okay. The moment I put a comma, it tells us this, it is a tuple. Okay. So the moment I put a comma like this, it will be stored as a tuple. This whole thing will be stored as what? This will be stored as parenthesis 34, 32. Okay, that is a tuple. It will be stored as a tuple. Okay, now if I try to print this, print T2, what do I get in the output? I get this. Can you see? 34, 32. It will be stored as parenthesis 34, 32. Okay. So this T2 has become tuple now after I put that comma. Okay. Now, then what else is there? Now this tuple can be of any type. Like one more similarity that we have with list is that we can create a list like this. Li is equal to 1, 2, sorry. I have shown that thing actually 1, 3, 2, hello. I can store anything, even true. Okay. So this list is having numbers, strings, and boolean. Okay. So this kind of lists are known as heterogeneous lists. Okay. But when I have a list like this is a homogeneous list. Okay. The same thing is applicable with tuples. Tuples can be homogeneous, tuples can be heterogeneous. So let's say I have a tuple like T3 equal to 56, hello. Okay, this is a heterogeneous tuple. So I can If I want, I can declare a tuple like this, or else if you want to be safe, you put it like this. This is the best way, but you can also write without the parenthesis. Okay, so this is about the creation. Now, any more ways are there? Yes, there are some more ways. Now let us see. Now these tuples, what I am doing is I am pre-filling the data. That means while declaring only itself, I am putting the data. But let's say I don't want to put the data. I want to keep it empty. Like when I am creating a list, what I do, k is equal to empty list. Square bracket means empty list. Okay. In the same way, I can create an empty tuple t4 equal to this. Okay. Now this k, what it is saying, k is of type list, t4 is of type tuple. It is saying like that. Okay. So it is a tuple. Now, what else can be done? Now, one more thing is, let's say I want a tuple to have only one value. So when I want a tuple to have two values, I write it like this, isn't it? Suppose I want to have only one value. Then what do? I will write like t5 equal to 67. What does it say? T5 is of type literal. Can you see? It is not taking it as a tuple. When I want to have only one value, when I want to have this empty, it is saying it is a tuple. When I am writing like this, then also it is saying it is a tuple. But when I am writing like this, it is not taking it as a tuple. Then what do? I want a tuple with only one value initially. Then what I have to do is I have to write something like 67, comma. The moment Python sees this comma, the moment Python gets this comma, it will consider this T5 as a tuple. Now, if I see, it is saying T5 is of type tuple. Okay, so these are the things you have to keep in mind while creating the tuple. If you want an empty tuple, you create it like this. If you want it to have one value, you create it like this. If you want it to have two values, you can either create it like this or this, your wish. Okay, it can be with parenthesis or without parenthesis. It is your wish. Then, so this is all about tuple creation. Then we have seen here, these are all the indexing. Okay, fine. Now, this syntax, whatever I wrote here, T2 equal to 34, comma 32, or else T5 equal to 67, comma. When I'm putting 2, 3, 4 values to one tuple, let's say I have another tuple, T7 is equal to 23, comma hello. In variables will mostly be heterogeneous, okay? We don't use it as homogeneous. Mostly heterogeneous tuples are used. Then I have another thing called, I can even have a list here. One called, okay. So now this T7 is a tuple of first value number, second value string, and third value list. Okay. So when I'm writing like this, what happens is this syntax, when I'm assigning more than one value to a variable, this is known as packing. Okay. Or I would rather say this is a tuple packing. Packing is a common word. It can be different kinds of packing, but here we are doing is we are doing tuple packing. Okay, we are packing three things together and putting it into one bag, which is T7, which is also known as a tuple. Okay, so this is known as tuple packing. Then now if I print this T7, I get print T7. I get this 23 hello 1 comma 2. Okay, now let us see, this tuple is having three values and I'm even able to print them, T7 of 0. If I do this, I get the output as 23. Okay, this line is also coming. Let me comment this line. Okay, fine. So we are getting T7 is T7 of 0 is 23. Now in lists we have seen that we can modify the values using this index, isn't it? Let us try to do that using tuples. So T7 of 1 is equal to, instead of hello, I want to store hi. So what will happen here? It is giving an error. It is saying type error. Tuple object doesn't support item assignment. Okay, that is one of the difference between list and tuples is lists are mutable, whereas tuples are immutable. What is the meaning of immutability? Immutability means they cannot be changed or modified. That means it can be replaced with another tuple, but you cannot modify the contents of the tuple, just like strings. So strings and tuples have something in common, that is they are immutable. Okay, list, strings, and tuple, all three are sequence data type, where lists and list, tuple, and string, all three of them use indexing. That means we can use index values starting from 0 to access them, but only lists can be modified or mutated. They are mutable. Lists are mutable. String and tuple are immutable. Okay. Okay. Fine. Then just like this packing, we have something called unpacking as well. So let me remove these two lines. I know there is T7 contains three values. First value is a number, that is an integer. Second value is a string. Third value is a list. Okay. Now let me do something. I'll That is known as unpacking, but I'll discuss the unpacking in detail tomorrow in the next class. So these are all advanced topics, but I just want to show you what is this unpacking. What I will do is, I know that T7 contains three values. I must know. If I don't know how many data or elements are there in the T7 tuple, I cannot use unpacking. Okay, I know here that three values are there. So I take three variables, a comma b comma c, and I write equal to T7. Now what will happen? This whole T7, what I am doing is, T7 is a single tuple which contains three values. When I write ABC equal to 37, I am unpacking. This is known as packing, right? This is known as packing, or this is known as packing. In this step, I am doing unpacking. What I'm doing is I'm taking the T7 and unpacking it into three parts. Initially, I packed three items into one bag. That bag was T7. In the next step, I'm taking that bag and opening it and unpacking the things. Okay. So if I now print A, what is there in A? If I point my mouse here, A is a literal, it is saying 23. B, when I put my mouse, it is saying hello. And C, when I put my mouse, it is saying it is a list of integers. Okay. Let me print A, B, and C. Print A, print B, and print C. Any more print statements are there? No. Okay. So let us now print the values. I got 23, hello, 1 comma 2. But what will happen if I try to put another variable here? So what is happening here? When I put my mouse on C, it is saying the list of integers. When I put my mouse on D, it is saying any. Okay. That means there is something wrong. So when I print this, I get an error. It is saying not enough values to unpack. So there are not enough values. That means there are not, there are, we don't values in T7 in order to unpack them. Okay. In the same way, if I don't have this and I am trying to print, sorry, let me have something like, so if I have only A, B, what will happen at this point? More is wrong. Fine. What about less? If I put a less, again, I get another error. It is saying too many values to unpack. One error was not enough values. One error was too many values to unpack. So these things you have to Keep in mind, in the not enough values to unpack, what we got expected 4, but got only 3. When I wrote ABCD, it is expecting 4 values from T7, but I got only 3. That is 23 hello and 1 comma 2 list. In the same way, when I write only A comma B, it is saying too many values to unpack. Expected 2, but got 3. That part is not shown here, but expecting 2. We were expecting 2, but we got 3 from there. So it is not able to unpack it. Okay. So this will also give us error. So we have to always know if we want to unpack. So we will only unpack when we know how many items are there. If we don't know how many items are there, we will not unpack. Okay. That is known as unpacking the what? Unpacking the tuples. Okay. Fine. Now, let us see one more thing that we had earlier used. Okay, I will comment all these things. Let me go back to one of our old examples where I was having a list of numbers. Let's say nums equal to 12 comma 21 comma 38 comma 76 comma 99 comma 35 comma 27. Okay, now this on this, when I was looping, what I was using, I was using either this for b in nums, where b will be each value. B will be first time 12, then 21, 48, like that. But we also use another syntax like for I comma v in enumerate of nums. We use like this thing that day. What is the this? We were when I go in this approach, what do I get is I get the index as well as value, isn't it? So if I do here print I and print V, I get the index as well as the values. So at index 0, I am getting 12, index 1, I am getting 21, index 2, 48, and so on. Okay. Now here, what is this IV? This IV is actually a single value. Okay, it is a T. And if I print it as T, what do I get? If I print it as T, I get all tuples. At 0 index, I have 12, 1 index 21, 2 index 48, third index 76, fourth index 99, fifth index 35, and sixth index 27. So this enumerate thing gives us a tuple actually. But this tuple I don't want to use as a whole. I want only the index or the value. So I do is I unpack this tuple into I comma v, where I is the index, v is the value. Okay, this is what this is. We were already using tuple unpacking, but we didn't know that. So today I'm showing you where we were using it. Okay, so this tuple will be in the form of these pairs, where the first value is the index, second value is the value of each element. And when I do I comma v, I get the I as index, and in the v I get each value. So when I do this, I get this thing. If I don't want the index, I don't use it. I get the value, isn't it? So this enumerate is a better approach than a normal for loop. The normal for loop is only giving us values, not the index. But in real time, we will need to use the index. We may need to do some checking, isn't it? In that case, I have to go with enumerate with tuple unpacking like this. Okay. Okay. So this is all about tuples. We have another thing. So whatever advanced things we may have in tuple, we'll see tomorrow. I don't think anything more is needed, but more of list is needed. More of some other data types is needed. Which we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. Now the next data type, next data structure actually. What is the next data structure I want to use? That is known as set. Okay. So let me create another sets.py. Okay. Fine. What are these sets? Sets are not, they don't look like lists, or they don't look like tuples. But in your what it is called, well, to make that thought process, what you can say is you can think of it as a list, but it is not a list. A list with unique values is known as a set. Okay, so let me go to this Python documentation and let me show you the set. Now, this set is not doesn't look like a list, but you may think it is a list, right? Because the only difference is it is having curly brace instead of what it is called square brackets, but it is storing the data in a similar way like list. Okay, that's why I cannot say it is a list, but I can think of it as a list. So I should say that it is a unique list, have only unique values. Now let's see what happens here. So let me just like this, let me create a list. I'll copy this text. Okay. Here they are writing all this code, but they are not explaining what is happening, what is not happening. So let me explain in detail. Okay. Let me have this data. Oh, sorry. It is not copied. Okay. I have this set. Now this basket is known as a set. Okay, when I put my mouse on this basket, what it is saying? It is a set of strings. Okay, I can store the data in this manner using curly braces, and then uh, we will see whether the index is there or not, or all those things. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. But first, let me say that this is how we create a set. This is one of the way to create a set. Okay, let me now print this set. Print basket. So what do I get here? Py sets dot py. Okay. So what did I get? I got apple, banana, orange, pear. Why? It had so many elements, but I got only 4 because this set don't allow duplicate elements. Now do I have a duplicate for apple? Yes, I have another duplicate for apple. So Python will automatically remove this apple from this set. Orange, again duplicate is there, so it will remove the second one. So any one of them it will remove, and it will have only one value. And pear and banana are unique, so there is no problem. So I am getting apple, banana, orange, and pear. Okay, this is what happens. Then what else can we do with this? Now let us see. Do I get anything like print? Can I use indexes here? Basket of 0. What does it? Let us see. So when I do, it is saying set object is not subscriptable. Okay, so that means this thing cannot be used because sets will not have what it is called. Sets will not have that index. So this set is not a sequence data type. Okay, it is not a sequence data type, but it is an iterable. It is known as iterable. Okay, all sequence data types, what we have seen, sequence and non-sequence. Let me tell you, these there is another thing called iterable. Why that is called iterable? Let me tell you. This thing can be looped. Okay, this set can be looped, but not in the way how we loop the list and tuples or strings. Okay, we have sequence data types, list, string, and tuples. We have non-sequence data types as well, which are known as mapping data type, like dictionaries. Okay, we'll see that after this topic. Okay, now this line and go back to our examples here, what they are saying. So this is done. Then we can use this kind of syntax here. Okay, this is known as membership testing. Okay, when I write like this, we have a in operator here. This in operator or this in keyword will help us to check whether a value is present in this or not. Okay, let us try to have some what it is called similarity or differences, or let us compare this set with lists. Let me have another list as well. Fruits equal to, I'll put all these things. Okay, I'll put these things here in square brackets. Okay, now if I write here orange in fruits, or let me print this, print orange in fruits. Can I use this syntax with lists or not? That I want to check. Okay, this in operator, can I use it with list or not? It is saying true. That means it is working totally fine. So this in operator can be used to check. It is used for checking, and that checking is known as membership checking. Okay, membership checking. What is the meaning of membership checking? We are checking that this orange in a member, orange is a member of fruits list or not. Okay, this in operator can be used in a similar way with the sets as well. Okay, let me use it with the sets. So what did I do here? I just uncomment this and I print apple in basket. So what do I get? Apple in basket. I am asking, is apple in basket or not? I am getting true. If I write here pineapple, what do I get? I'm asking pineapple is there or not in basket. It is saying false. Okay. This is how I can use this in operator or in keyword to check the membership. Okay. Then, so this way they are showing some examples. Now what we are doing, created a set using this curly braces. What other ways we can create a set is using a set function. Okay, let me create something like b equal to set of. Now let me pass string there directly, pass all these values here. Will it work or not? I want to check. So print b. Okay, let us see. We are using this set function to create a set. Let us see will it work on. So it is not working. What it is saying? Set expected at most one argument. Okay, so set will not take so many arguments. So let me do one thing then. Let me put this data in a single value, isn't it? So let me have fruits. So fruits was a list where I had these values. Okay, and I will write here set of fruits. What I am doing here is I am taking one list and I am passing that list to this set function to convert this list into a set. Okay, so when I write set of fruits and then I print b, what do I get? I get a set which has removed the duplicates. Okay, which has removed the duplicates from that list and converted it into a set. Okay, fine. Then what else can I pass to this set function is that I am able to pass a list. In the similar way, I can even pass a string set of, let's say, a string banana. What will happen? Set of banana. So it will take this when I pass only one string like this, what will happen? It will take this and it will take each value as individual value, each character. B will be taken, A will be taken, N will be taken. Again, A will not be taken because A is repeated. Set will only have unique values. So A will not be repeated, A will not be repeated, N will not be repeated. So it will have only BAN. Let us print the C. Print C. So what did I get? I got a set which contains three characters B, A, and N. Okay, this is also one way where we can use this set function. Okay, but we have seen three things we have seen till now. First thing is we have seen we can use curly braces to create a set. Then we have seen that we can even create a set using the set method where I have to pass something like a list, when I pass a list, it will create a set using the list items, but it will only the unique value. In the same way, I can pass a string to this set, which is taking it and converting it into a set of unique characters only. Okay, these are the different ways where we are using the set. In the same way, we have another thing called list comprehensions. Then for set also, I think set comprehensions, yes, set comprehensions are there. These things we'll discuss tomorrow, okay, not today. Okay, let us see now. Now I want to show you something called this operators. These are union, intersection, some things are there. Okay, union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. These are very important mathematical set operations actually. Okay, but which are also applicable in Python. Let us see them. What happens? For that, I need to take two sets. Okay, let me take two sets. I can take two sets means I can take two sets created from lists or from strings, whatever I want. Okay, let us see now. Let us take two lists. Okay, so what I will take is I will take another list called this is fruits. Then we have pear. Okay, apple, banana. Okay, let me take something like green fruits is a set, is a list, not a set. Green fruits can I take? I can take grapes. I can take pear. I can take any more green fruits. Kiwi is there. Okay. So I'll put these values in this set as well. See, putting duplicate elements here is of no use because the set will anyways remove those things, right? So what I will do is I'll instead I will put some unique values only. Here is there kiwi, I will put in place of this apple. Okay, I have fruits apple, grapes, pear, orange, banana, and I have green fruits where I have grapes, pear, and kiwi. Okay, fine. Now let us see what we can do. So I'll create two variables, f equal to set of fruits and g is equal to set of green fruits. Okay, now these two are sets. Let us print them. Do you want to print it? Print f and print g. So what do I get here? I get two sets. Grapes, kiwi, apple, banana, orange, pear, and kiwi, pear, grapes. Okay. Now let us see the first operation that I can do. That is, if I write print a, that means print f, I am getting only the values which are present in set f, and when I'm printing g, I'm getting only the values which are present in set g. Fine. That's all a minus b. That means this minus operator will help us to print only those values which are there in a but not in b. Okay, which are there in a but not in b. Which are there in a but not in b. What are those things? We have apple, we have orange and banana. These three are present in fruits but not in green fruits. So right here, print f minus g. I should get apple, orange and banana, right? Let me check. I'm getting orange, apple, banana. Okay. These are the things I am getting in the output. Okay. Then if I write g minus f, what I will get? G minus f. If I do that, that means I want to print those values which are present in G but not in F. So actually there is nothing which is present in G but not in F. Can you see? So I'll get an empty set. See, I'm getting one empty set. So if I have one extra fruit here, green fruits, let me take another one. we have an avocado. So what will happen? Now I will get, for G minus F, I will get avocado. Okay. So this is about the minus operator. Okay. This is known as, actually, this is known as difference. Okay. This is known as difference. Then, then we have this pipe A or B, which is present in A or B or both. Okay. So I'll get all of them actually. I'm asking the values which are present in A or B. So that means print F or G. Any values which are present in F or G. What will happen when I say like that? So when I say apple, is apple there in F or G? Yes. Grapes? Yes. Kiwi? Yes. Because all of them are present in any one of them or both of them. Like apple is, grapes is there in the F as well as G, isn't it? So that will also count as true. So let me print this. I get all the values from A and B combined together. I get using this. Okay. Grapes, avocado, pear, apple, orange, kiwi, banana. Okay. Then let me see the next thing. The next thing is letters in both A and B. A and B. That means the fruits which are present in both F and G. It is not like or. Here the situation was or. Here I am checking that I am able to see that apple is, the question was, is apple there in F or G? Yes, it was there in F or G. It was there in F means it is true. But when I say and, when I write this F and G, this will not work for apple because apple is not there in both the sets. In both the sets, what do I have? I have grapes, I have pear, I have kiwi. So only values I should get in the F&G set. Okay. So I got kiwi, grapes, and pear only. Okay. Fine. Then we have another one, that is this one. Now this is A or B, but not both. The problem with this syntax was it was giving A or B or both. That means this is known as a systemic difference. Okay. Let me explain you that what is happening. When I write A or F or G, what was happening? I'm getting apple as well because apple is there in one of them. Grapes is there in both of them. Then also I'm getting the grapes, isn't it? Kiwi is in both of them. I'm getting kiwi. Pear I'm getting in both of them. Orange I'm having in one of them. Only then I'm getting. Banana I'm having in one of them. I'm getting. But this systemic difference is little bit different from that. So if I write like this, the meaning is I want words which are present in only one of them, not both. Like I don't want this grapes or pear or kiwi. I want apple, orange, banana, and avocado, which are there only in one of them. Okay, that can be done using this cap operator. So I got avocado, banana, orange, and apple. Okay, this is how the set will work. Okay. Okay. That's all about sets. Okay. This set comprehension, as I told you, these are will be discussed in the next class tomorrow in the advanced techniques. Okay. Now I'll go to another data structure or data type, that is the dictionary. Now this dictionary is not a sequence data type. It is a mapping data type. Okay. Why it is not a sequence data type? Because I cannot use the index 0 and all those things. Okay. Indexing cannot be done, and we will not loop like how we were looping on this, uh how we were looping the list, tuple, and the string. We will not loop this dictionary. Now dictionary looks like a little bit different. So let me show you how it looks like. So I'll create a dictionaries file. Okay. So here what will happen? I'll create a variable like person, and here I have to store something in this person. What we have done till now in the what it is called these three types, whatever we saw: list, tuple, and string. So okay, fine. That is, we are putting only one value. But list and tuples, in list and tuples, what we were doing is we were able to store more than one value at a time. In the list, even this set, list, tuple, and set. In all these strings, we were storing more than one value at a time. In list, we were using square bracket. In tuple, we were using parentheses. In set, we were using curly brace. But all were doing similar kind of, we are able to store the data. And we are using them using some index. But in set, we are not using index. We cannot do that. Okay, fine. So we need something where we can store more than one value, and the index we are having it as numbers earlier, but now we have a small problem with this list and tuples. Let's say I have it like this: a person, I'm storing the first value, that is the name of that person. Okay, let's say Rajesh. Then I have his last name, let's say Rajesh Rao. And then I have having the, in the third place I am having his age. Okay, this way I am storing it, or else maybe I am storing it as a tuple. That is also possible. Okay, whether I store it as a list or tuple, it doesn't matter, because in both of them I am able to store it like this, right? But how do I know that the first value is the first name, second value is the last name, third value is the age? If someone don't know that and he wrote it something like Rajesh first, 34 second, and a Rao at the last, again, so it will give us some error, isn't it? So we want to say, or Python, that this value is first name, this value is last name, this value is age, so that when I interchange the values, then also there won't be any problem. Okay, so for that we need something called dictionaries, where we can, when we are putting the value, at that time only we can say that that value is for first name only. Okay, that value is for last name only, that value is for age only. So how do I create it? I create something like this. I create first name, I use a curly brace, remember that. First name, I put a colon and I write Rajesh. Then I put a comma. I put the second value, that is the last name. Last name is what? Rao. And I put a comma and then I put another value, that is the age, which is, let's say, 34. So here I'm having the first name, which is a string Rajesh, last name, which is a string Rao, and age, which is a number 34. Okay. Now, if you have a lot of more details about that person, it will become long. So it will not look nice. So what we do is we write it like this. We put each of them one after the other like this. Okay. This is how we create a, this dictionary now is having data like this. Now I can, if I put something like person 2 is equal to, like, first I put, sorry. So there is no problem if even if I put the last name at the end. Okay, there is no problem. Why? What happened? Okay. Huh. So even if I interchange the values, the character, or the, what it is called, its designation is also copied here and there. So when I put the raw at last, there is no problem because here it is written that this is the last name, this is not the age. When the age has come up, there is no problem because the age is written here that it is age. So there won't be any confusion. Okay, which one is first name, which one is last name, which one is age. Okay, so this is all about dictionaries. Now what can we do? Here again, we don't have those what it is called like with numbers. If I write here person of 0, this should not work. Oh, I'm running the old file. Okay. Py, what is it? Dictionaries.py. Dictionaries.py. So it is saying key error. Okay. We cannot have it like this. Okay. So for that, we need to know how we can index them. So now here, what happens is if you observe each data is stored in a pair, each data is stored in a pair, not like the previous values, previous data types like tuples and sets and list where we were putting only one value. Here the value is there, but with that we have some extra details that this is a last name, that this is a first name, this is an age. Okay, so these are present in the form of pairs. These pairs are known as key value pairs. As key value pairs. Now, what is key value pairs? This first name is known as key, Rajesh is known as value. Last name is a key, Rao is a value. Age is a key, 34 is a value. Okay, these are always in key value pairs. Each whole thing you can tell that this is known as a property, but we will more focus on this key value words. Okay, these are known as key value pairs. Okay, now we have to access these values using these keys because we don't have index here, we don't have 0 1 2. Okay, we only have this key, we have to use the key to access the values. So if I want to print this Rajesh, what do? I do something like print person of, here I have to put the key. What is the key? First name. So first name, I have to put it like this. And it is your wish, you can put single quote or double quote, both are same. You will always get the output. Okay. So let us see this is working or not. So I got the Rajesh in the output. Person of first name. In the same way, if I do person of last name and person of age. Okay. Okay. Rajesh Rao 34. Okay. Now we have seen here that we can use single quote, double quote, everything is fine. Okay. But what will happen if I miss the quotes here? Will it work? It will not work. Okay. So in the key, all the keys must be in quotes, either single quote or double quote, your wish. But the values may be in quotes if they are strings. If they are not string like numbers, it will be in without quotes. Okay. Okay. So this is how we access the values from a dictionary. Okay. Then let us go back to the dictionary. Let's see what they are giving us extra. Okay. Hmm. So this thing we have seen. We have seen this. We are able to. Okay. Now we will see how to add a new property. New property to this person dictionary. Now I have first name, last name, age. Fine. But these objects, sorry, this dictionary is not immutable. That means we can change the values. Okay. So let us see how I can change the values. Person of first name. Person of first name is equal to not a Rajesh. Let me make it as Raju. What will happen now? Now if I print the person, print person. So these print I will change, comment it. So if I print this person dictionary, now I'll see that the first name has become Raju. Okay, this way I am able to change the value. Last name, age, similarly can also be changed if you want. Okay, fine. Then in the same way, I can also add a new property. Let's say person of city. I'm adding a new property. I want to add in which city this person lives. Person.city is equal to Mumbai. If I write like this, and if I print the person, now in this new person dictionary, I will see first name, last name, age, and city is there. Okay, let us print this. So what did I get? First name Raju, last name Rao, third is age 34, and city Mumbai. So this way, using this syntax, I can modify the existing properties as well as add some new properties. Okay, this is what we can do with dictionaries using this indexing. What kind of indexing we are using? We are using the key as index. Okay, okay. Then we are able to print it. Okay, fine. Then we can also delete a property from there. So after adding the city, it is printing the city, right? Now immediately I can delete. What do I delete? What is the syntax? Delete person of. If I do this, the city will be removed again. First name, last name, age is there. Okay, fine. Then, now there is a method called list. So this list will help us to convert this uh, dictionary into a list. But what kind of list it will create? Because this is having first name, last name, age. So many things are there, isn't it? So this person is having no first name, last name, age. So if I convert it into a list, it will have first name, last name, age, or Raju, Rao, and 34. Let us see. So for that, what I have to do is I will first do something like here. Okay, directly I can do it. List of person. Okay, but a list of person will not give us the value. Okay, it will not do anything actually. We have to store it in a variable. So let me take person list is equal to list of person. Now if I print this person list, I will get a list which is having only the keys, not the values. Okay, when I use this list, it is creating a list of the keys, not the values. It will store only first name, last name, age. Okay, okay. Then to create a list of the values, we'll see what we can do. Not now, don't worry about that. We'll see that tomorrow, because again we have something called instance where we will do that. The enumerate, combining the list comprehensions, we will try to create a list of only the values Rajesh, Rao, and 34. Okay, those are advanced concepts. Okay, fine. Then also, so after it is done, so again it is doing sorted. So we can also apply, instead of list, I can apply sorted also. But again, it will only work on the keys, not the values. Okay, age, first name, last name is sorted in ascending order, alphabetical order. Okay, that is fine. Then here also we can use this in operator. Okay, so if I do here something like uh, Rao in, what is the dictionary? It is person. So if I do here print Rao in person, what it will give us? It is trying to check Rao is there in person or not. Okay, but will it work? It will check in keys or values. It will check in keys. Okay, so that's why I am getting false. But if I try here first name, I will get a true because the first name is there. If I try to check city, it will not be there because I removed it here, isn't it? If I comment this line, what will happen? Now this city will give us true. This print city in person will give us true. Okay. This way, whatever we had done with other data types, that also we can. And again, we can check a not in using not in also. Jack not in tell. So let me write here. Print address not in person. What is the meaning? I'm checking. Address is not in person or not. Yes, it is not in person. So I'll get a true. But if I write here city, I am saying that city is not in person, but city is not in person is false. Okay. This way we can work with these dictionaries. Okay. Then these are the basic operations that we work on, that we do on operate on dictionaries. Now, as we saw, we can create a list using this list function. We had seen a set function also, right? Set of apple, mango, banana. Apple will give us apple, mango, banana. In the same way, we have a dict function also. These are known as constructor functions. Okay, this list, the set, the dict, these are all constructor functions. This dict will take a list of tuple pairs. Can you see? It is taking little bit different things. So let me show you how do I create a list. Sorry, how do I create a dictionary using them? So what I will do is I'll do something. Dict of a list will be there. Inside that list, some tuples will be there. Each tuple is a key value pair. Okay. Each tuple will be a key value pair. So let me create a tuple like this. So what do I have here? I'll create first name, comma. Here no colon. Okay. Here I had, when I was creating the dictionary, I had a colon to tell that this is the first name to separate the pairs. But here it is a tuple. So I want to have three tuples. Each tuple will become one property. So first name is Harish. Second tuple will be last name, and last name is Sharma, let's say. Then the third tuple, I'll create age. Age is 45. So what is there? Remember, you have to remember one thing. This dict will a list. Okay. Dict will take a list where this list will contain some tuples. Each tuple will become one key value pair in the dictionary. Okay. So when I do this, nothing will be printed. I have to print this value. So I take a new person variable, and I store this here, and then I print this new person. Print new person. Okay. When I save this and run it, I got first name Harish, last name Sharma, age 45, which is printed as a dictionary. Okay. This is also one of the way where we can create a dictionary. Okay. Then we have one more way. So dict comprehension we'll see tomorrow, but we can also do something like this. Suppose you think that this thing is little bit complex, like we are passing list and then we are passing tuple inside that list. Instead of that, what you can do, you can also create something like this. Instead of passing this list, what I can do, I can do something like this. First name equal to Rajesh, last name equal to something, age equal to something. Okay. So what I'll do here. So here it is coming without quotes. Okay. First name is Harish. Then we'll have the strings. That means it will have this quotes, but this thing will not have quotes. So this, whatever I am doing here, okay, let me write this last name equal to Sharma and age equal to 40. Okay. And this I'll name it as P. P. Okay. So what do I get in the output? I get first name Harish, last name Sharma, age 40. Okay. This is also possible, but this I don't want to discuss now because this we'll be discussing in a topic called functions. Here we are passing something called keyword arguments. Okay. This thing I don't want to go much in depth now. In the maybe in the next class or next to next class, I've mostly I'll be taking it in the next to next session. Okay, because next session will be all about advanced data structure techniques. Okay, that is a very important topic. The next session, all of you try to attend it because there we'll see the best practices or the best industry level practices what is going on in real-time projects. So here we forget about that method. What we have done till now is using these ways we are able to create the dictionaries. Okay, fine. Anything more? No. So there are some loopings are there. Okay, so let us see this looping the dictionaries. Okay, if you don't know how to loop the dictionaries, then it is of no use. Okay, because we have seen the looping for all of them. Like we are able to loop on lists, isn't it? Strings. But what about this thing? Okay, let us see. What we'll be doing is here we need a new thing that is known as I told you in the beginning, this dictionary is not a sequence data type. So I cannot use the normal for loop whatever I was doing in for the other things. Okay. So here I need something called this items. So let me now go back to our old code. I'll comment everything. And we have this person dictionary, right? Okay. Let me move all these things to the bottom. Okay. So now the function called items. So let's see what is there in that item. So console.log of person dot items. I need this thing. Oh, sorry. Why am I writing console dot? I have to write here print. Okay. Print person dot items. So what do I get in this? If I run this, I get a dict items object, which is having again, it is having some similar kind of structure that we wrote earlier. It is a list of tuples which is having these things. Okay. Okay, it is a list of tuples. So that means I can apply a normal for loop on this list. I may not be able to apply a list for loop on this person dictionary, but person.items is giving us a list kind of thing, right? It is a set like object. What it is saying, d.items is a set like object providing a view on these items. Okay. So this thing I can apply a loop. Okay. So now what I have to do is I will write pop kv in person dot items. So when I do like this, if I print kv, what do I get? I'm doing a normal for loop. Okay. If I do like this, I'm getting a tuple. First name Rajesh, last name Rao, age 34. Okay. So that's why we need to unpack this tuple. I will write k comma v. The moment I write k comma v, the first value will be the key, that is first name. V will be the value. K means first name, last name, age. V means Rajesh, Rao, and 34. Now I can loop on this whatever I want to do. So let's say I want to print all the values Rajesh, Rao, and 34. So I write here print v. It will give us the v part. This is the k part. This is the v part. So if I save this and run it, I get Rajesh Rao 34. If I put here k, it will give us first name, last name, age. The same kind of thing we were using with enumerate with the lists, where the k was giving us the index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. and V was giving us each value of the list. Okay, that's how those things were working. Okay, fine. Then anything more? So that's what they're saying. So same thing, we were using it with enumerator list, and there it was behaving like this. Now it is behaving like this. So okay, fine. So that's it. That's it for this session. Okay, we have another topic again. This will be covered in the next session. That is advanced data structure techniques. Not in this. Okay, there we have some zip method. We have format method. All those things we'll see. Okay. So I think I can show you a small example using looping on dictionaries. Okay. Let us take a small example here and we'll conclude this class. The JavaScript assignment, that's why it is saying that object. So in Python will say that this is a dictionary. Okay. Let us take this dictionary where person equal to this. So let me create let me comment all these things. Okay. Person is here. Oh, wait 1 second. It is not able to format it. Okay, no problem. I'll adjust the space. Okay, fine. So this is a dictionary where I have a lot of data like first name, last name, age, gender, skill, and expertise. Okay, what do I do here is, what is the question? Let us see. Print the first name, print the last name, print the full name. And if the age is less than 18, print false. If the age is more than 18, print true. Okay, they're very basic things. Print the first name and last name. What do? I just write print person of first name. Okay. And in the same way, I write here last name. That's it. I got the, what happened? Okay. N is capital here. Can you see? So we have to use the exact key. What is there? Okay. Okay. Harry and Potter. We got it. Then full name. Full name Harry Potter. How do I print? We have used F strings initially. Print F, and then in within curly brace I write person of first name, then I put a space and then another curly brace person of last name. So I'll get first name last name with a gap in between. Okay, fine. Then if the age is 18, print false. If the age is more than 18, then print true. So that is a simple conditional statement. I write if, what do I write here? If person of age less than 18, so if it is less than 18, I just print, what do I print? False. Is it saying false? If it is less than 18, yes, print 18. And then else I write, else I print true. Okay, that's it. Then these are the some of the things. Then one more example, what they have shown here is they have taken another dictionary where we'll be doing some looping here. Let's see here. So okay. So on this, what I will be doing is print the marks of all the subjects. So what do I do for looping? What do I need to do? For K comma V in marks dot items, isn't it? Mark dot items. Then I have to do, what do I do? Print the marks of all the subjects. If I want to print the marks of all the subjects, then the marks are stored in V. So I write here V. Okay. Then I got all the marks. If you want to show it in properly, like with the subject, then I use a F string. So what do I write here? Here is K, because K is the key. K colon V. That's it. So if I do this, what I get in the output, I get the mark structure like this. Maths, English, Science, Hindi, Social Science. This way. Okay. Print the name of all the subjects. So these are all count the number of subjects. So these are count the number of subjects can be done using this thing. I have a count here. Count equal to 0. And for each of them, I increment the count value. Count equal to count plus 1. And ultimately, outside the loop, I print total subjects colon. Using this, I write count. So how many subjects are there? 5. So I should get 5. So total subjects 5. Okay, that's it. That's it for the session. This way, try to solve this part working on the dictionaries. Okay, try to work on the dictionary using the remaining questions. And that's it. Okay, that's it for this session.